Have you been looking for a great dive spot that you can experience without breaking the bank? Well, I'm on location to tell you all about one of my favorites. Let's dive in and find out. So today I'm on location at one of my favorite local spots in the greater Tampa area to show you around and give you some tips on shore diving. Now, we talked about it in another video where we discussed tips to general shore diving, but I wanted to bring you guys along on one and actually show you what I mean and give you a visual. Be sure to stick around to the end to get all the valuable information that you'll need to get a great dive in at this local spot. So I'm not gonna lie to you, most beach access in Florida, you have to pay for unless you know somebody or are a local with knowledge of that area. That's where I come in handy. Here it's a weekend in March, so I got here at about 8 o'clock this morning and got a prime parking spot where I could get my gear ready, do my checks, and walk out to the water. Most of the lots here in Florida have a location number on a sign, and there's a name of a parking app for you to download, and you can pay by the hour on those apps. Some apps have a limit to how many hours you can pay for at one time and if the spot can be renewed, but all of that info can be found with a simple Google search. Now, this spot that we're gonna be diving today, called the Spanish Rocks Reef, is a reef system about 300 yards off the shore. So it's a little bit of a swim, but it's very rarely crowded. I think normally I've seen 3 to 4 divers and myself at a time, and that's the most I've seen. Another good thing about this location is about a 2-minute walk from here, there are a ton of shops and restaurants to eat at, and a Wawa down the street. If you're from the East Coast, then yeah, you know Wawa. Great snacks and coffee. A few miles down the road, there is a dive shop called Scuba. You can get air fills, nitrox, and a lot of quality gear, and a bunch of our favorite brands are available for purchase. I always stop in there on my way off the island to fill up my cylinders before heading home. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this content or getting some educational value and want to learn more about scuba diving, then dive down, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ring that dive bell. And if you'd like to go on an awesome dive vacation this summer, check out the link in our description for all of the info on our 2025 trip to Roatan. You'll get an all-inclusive stay with unlimited dives and see some of the most beautiful coral reefs and wildlife in the world. Now, obviously you need your basic scuba diving gear, your BCD, cylinder, weights, fins, wetsuit, etc. But here in Florida, it's required by law that any shore diver have a dive flag with them at all times. Now, you can do a Google search to find the regulations here or in your area, but all of the dive shops here carry the appropriate flags necessary. You can see I have mine here, and it has a buoy attached to it. I have a reel here, and I will unwind it as I go deeper. This one is really convenient because it has a stopper I can release with a finger, and it will let out line and stop at the press, which just makes it easier and simple to use. I'm planning on making a future video on reels because there are so many variations that are used for different types of diving. Now, as we talked about previously on shore diving, some spots have benches for you to don your gear and to get ready to walk out to the water. This spot unfortunately doesn't. So what I do is put everything on but my fins and then head out to the water. I'll put the fins on as soon as I get waist deep. If you don't have a pickup and there aren't any benches, then please don't pick up your gear from the ground and put it on. That can lead to a back injury, and if you hurt your back, then you're gonna be out of the water, not only for that dive, but for ones in the foreseeable future. If there's no other option, then what I would do is carry the gear down, or even better, get one of these beach wagons and wheel the gear down to the beach. Your body will be thanking you later. I have mine here. I think I picked it up for $50 at Walmart, and it's been well worth the investment. I'm constantly having to park a distance away, and then I just load my gear into it and wheel it to the spot, especially up in the springs. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this content or getting some educational value and want to learn more about scuba diving, then dive down, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ring that dive bell. And to get all the full details on this dive spot with the longer video, consider becoming a member of our channel. For less than a cup of coffee, you'll get full detailed videos with tips, tricks on local spots like this one, including the exact location with a pin, info on parking that will help you avoid a pricey ticket, and so much more. Now, weather plays a big part in planning shore dives, just like a boat dive. Obviously, you can't dive if there are thunderstorms, but you also need to monitor the wind and tides. And there are apps available for your phone where you can get all of the info you need to plan your dive and monitor the conditions as the time approaches. Most of them are free, and we've made a video with great detail on all the ones you'll need for your phone. I'll link it up here and down in the description so that after this video, you can head on over, check it out, and get those apps for your phone. Now, I've got a little bit of time here before the tides are perfect for me to get out to the reef and back in the most efficient manner. So what do you say we go check out the beach where we'll be diving today? You just want to head out approximately 300 yards and drop down on the reef system. It averages to about 20 to 30 feet in depth. I take my shore diving and solo diving students here because it really is an amazing spot to train and even do a fun dive. I also do a lot of cleanups here. Because it's a shallow system so close to shore, there can be a lot of boat traffic, so the dive flag is a must, and a DSMB, preferably pink, because it's the most visible color from the water. There are all kinds of fish, conchs, and crabs at this spot, so there's plenty of opportunity to get some great photos and video. As you can see, it's a beautiful day out here in the Gulf of America. I'm getting ready to go get that dive in. Unfortunately, as you can see, the winds were high, and this is a shallow dive, so visibility by Florida standards probably isn't going to be the greatest. So I'm going to leave the camera rig in the truck. If you would like to book a personalized tour of this site or any others, please feel free to visit us at tampabaydiving.com and click on contact. Let us know what site you'd like to visit or what type of diving you're interested in, and we can handcraft an itinerary just for you. If you enjoyed this video or got some educational value, then dive down, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ring that dive bell. That way you never miss out on any of our future content. And if you want to see the full video with all of the information on this dive spot, including its exact location and access to all exclusive content, then consider joining our members section, where we'll be diving in and giving you insights on spots like this, dive gear, special locations, live streams, and so much more. I'll be back next week with another video, but until then, plan your dive and dive your plan.